Welcome to the Cosmos beta testing instruction videos. This first video gives you an overview of the main portal to Cosmos. On the left-hand side we have a range of filters covering gender, language, country, location, keywords, hashtags, etc. In the middle we have a live feed of Twitter data coming in, which is tagged by gender and also by sentiment as identified by the red and blue colored bars. On the right hand side we have gender stats, language stats and hashtag. We've just selected the language filter to identify Arabic as a language. As you can see, when we do that, the data coming in changes to reflect that particular selection. We can also select country location as a filter. Currently it's on United Kingdom. This means that all the tweets that are geocoded as UK will appear in the main display window. We can also identify particular Twitter accounts, particular keywords, and particular attention topics in relation to the data coming in from the Twitter API. On the right-hand side, as I said before, we have gender statistics, language stats, and hashtag statistics. Hashtag statistics vary by the popularity of hashtags as the data comes in from the API. We can search by keyword, and in this case we're searching for DOMA. This particular video was done when the legislation debate was going on in the US regarding DOMA. By selecting DOMA then, we only then receive data from the Twitter API that includes the term, the keyword DOMA. As you can see, this has slowed down substantially because at this point Cosmos still receives the 1% Twitter feed. We can also view the sentiment and tension in relation to this keyword search. At the top we have overall sentiment and tension. We have male sentiment and tension just beneath that, and then female sentiment and tension at the bottom. As you can see, there is variation in sentiment between male and female in relation to this particular topic. And this is analysis that's occurring in real time. We can also identify gender geocoding based on the GPS information contained within tweets coming from the Twitter API. Males identified as blue and females identified as pink. We can obviously then zoom in to particular locations where these tweets are actually being made. Next, we can demonstrate how we search our Cosmos archive. Currently, we have around 3 billion archived tweets from the 1% Twitter stream. Here we've searched for the key term Team GB, which is pulling up data from the Olympics of last year. Under the frequency tool, we can identify peaks and troughs in Twitter activity around this particular keyword, and we're able to zoom in to particular time periods to give us more granularity, as we're doing in the middle hour frequency area, which then updates the minute frequency area in the lower window. And as you can now see, we can scrub by minute to identify tweets that are occurring. And on the right hand side we see the content dynamically updating as we go over individual minutes. Here we can see peaks and troughs again, which relate to particular happenings during Super Saturday. In particular, we can identify that each of the peaks relates to particular athletes, Rutherford, Jessica Ennis, and Mo Farah, receiving medals and winning events. We can then switch to the sentiment and tension contained within these particular tweets by using the sentiment and tension tab and adjusting the archive dates at the top. Here we can identify particular differences again between men and women in terms of sentiment, and also differences with overall sentiment. These data can be exported to CSV files for further inspection within other packages, including Excel, SPSS, Stata, and so on. Here, the data has been exported and visualized in Excel. We can then select this data and reproduce the sentiment tension charts viewed in Cosmos. Of course, this data can also then be used as inputs to statistical modeling and so on. Next, we're going to look at network visualization based on an analysis of some previous data we collected as part of a JISC-funded project. We've just loaded up data from our archive, and now we're visualizing this data in our network tool. It takes a few minutes for the network to render, and as you can see, there are now an array of new options available to us. We have network type, we can visualize retweets, or we can visualize mentions. When we select particular nodes in the network, we can identify who the actors are, and we can also filter by network metrics, including betweenness centrality, degree centrality, and closeness centrality. In the bottom window, we can identify node labels, but also we can identify a hierarchy of nodes in terms of these various measures. We can also filter nodes by these measures to give us a more simplified or more complex view of the network. Next, we can shift to a network of mentions. Again, it takes a while for the network to generate. Again, we've turned off the labels here in the node labels box to preserve a degree of anonymity. The mentions visualization is broadly similar to the retweet visualization. What we can also do here is identify degrees of tension between the mentions of the various nodes. Green indicates low levels of tension through yellow to red, which indicates high levels of tension. We can also export this particular network into various formats, including Gephi, GraphML, etc., to allow us to visualize and further augment in alternative packages. In this next demonstration, we're going to show you how Cosmos is able to identify the location of tweets using the GPS metadata contained within tweets from the Twitter API. This is identifiable from tweets in both archive and in real time. Here we are simply zooming into a particular tweet that was made again around the time of the Olympics last year, and in particular this tweet states that the person is currently in the Millennium Stadium watching the women's football. We can then zoom in to this particular location to indeed verify if this person is tweeting from the location they are specifying. As you can see, the degree of granularity is high and the degree of accuracy is also high in relation to geocoding information. The next demonstration will show the data mashing or integration function of the Cosmos platform. Before us, we have a visualization of the various boroughs of London. We have included here data from the census and data from the police API. Each borough is color-coded based on level of unemployment. On the right-hand side, we have ethnicity statistics for each borough, and in the bottom window, we have crime statistics pulled directly from the police API. Particular boroughs can be selected and then highlighted to reveal these particular statistics, and we can also search then our archive for keywords in tweets that are then located via the GPS metadata on this visualized map. As we can see, tweets containing the keyword London are now visualized on the map. We can color code these as before by gender if we so wish, and then we can select particular tweets to reveal their actual content, and at the same time then dynamically updating information in relation to ethnicity and employment and crime statistics in the particular location of that tweeter. That concludes this part of the Cosmos demo. Please do get in touch if you have any further questions during the beta testing phase. Thank you.